tried to film this video like 3 times already. I'm pretty sure I'm 2 weeks late on putting out a long form content. I really do need to get better about it. I feel like I make like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back in a lot of situations. We're gonna keep moving forward. If you don't know me, I am Sherry. I am the owner, operator, and artist behind Fablecraft. I have been trying to do a monthly vlog of my progress in my business, mostly for me to look back on, you know, in case if anybody else wants to kind of follow my journey a little bit more in depth than what I post in my reels. I feel like long form content has been one of the biggest struggles for me, mostly because I am like right here in front of the camera. You're looking, you're seeing me. It's not just my voice or my hands. It might be one of the reasons why I put it off so much, I'm not sure. I do want to talk about the fairs that I had recently done, the ones that I have coming up, progress on product ideas. I also want to go over the store that I'll be having product at as well. The most recent physical vendors fair that I went to was our local Fairy Fest. Our local bigger town has what they call Fairy and Magic Fest. They do that every other year, and the corresponding year they do, I believe, a superhero one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that one as a vendor. I will probably go. We will see. It depends on whether or not I have product at that time that I feel like will fit that niche. We'll see. Fairy Fest went really well. It was definitely a busy event. They had a lot of really cool things. They had dancing witches, they had roaming magicians, they had roaming unicorns, which I really thought was really cool because I really thought in my head it was just gonna be guys in unicorn blow up thing, like costumes. They were just gonna be running around with actual therapy ponies. They dressed one of them up like an actual unicorn, and the other one didn't really have too much dressed up on. Still super cute. Kids really loved that. After my event fee, money that I had to put back for change, I came out with $200. That obviously doesn't include my material costs or anything like that, which most of that $200 is going right back into it. I've already purchased more clay. I will probably purchase even more. I have been really wanting to build a stock of actual colored clay, mostly because I hate having to paint on polymer clay. Not that I hate painting in general, painting on polymer clay, you have to have a certain type of acrylic paint in order to paint on it, or it will just stay sticky. My acrylic markers work really well on it. It doesn't come back sticky or anything like that, but the big thing of paints that I have does. I'm pretty sure that there's a brand at Walmart that should do fairly well. I may try to get a few colors of that and see how it does. Yeah, I kind of went off on a little rant there. Some of the things that I feel I can do better for my next event is rearranging my table a little bit. I will show how I had my table arranged. I noticed that a lot of people kept coming around different sides of the table. I really didn't have that much product. It would be another thing that I want to address, is making sure I have more product. I do have other product ideas which I will go through. I would like to have at least 2 other different types of products. I do have a couple of other product ideas. I don't know if I'm going to get them done in time because it's about, I think it's less than 3 weeks away now. It's on the 13th of June. What is today, the 25th? I think it's the 25th. I'm not sure. I still got plenty of time. We'll see what happens. Some of the new product ideas that I have so far, which will correspond in making my display better, is having like a $5 section, dividing the sections up into $5 increments. I've noticed that keeping $5 increments has been very useful because most people have cash. They're always 20s and stuff like that. They're always gonna have like increments, like they'll have $20 bills usually, because if they go to the ATM, not a lot of ATMs go over and give increments of 5, 10s, 20s, but they do give 5, 10s, and 20s, and that would work very well. It makes giving change back so much simpler. So I just have 5s and 10s for change. That's good. I don't have to deal with change. I don't have to deal with ones. I kind of have to eat the sales tax in my state. It makes the process so much easier. So like if I'm having a line of people, it doesn't make the process so long. In my $5 section, I would like to do like a trinket and sticker pouch. The stickers would be designed by me. I would put some sort of little trinkets in there, just little things. It's like a goodie bag, essentially, like a $5 goodie bag. I would make sure, obviously, that it would be worth what I'm having, but I've also noticed a lot of, original designs for stickers tend to be $5 each, so I feel it'd be pretty fair. I also want to do like a small paint kit. This would be like a 4x4 little canvas with an outline of one of my drawings that somebody could have paint it themselves. It would include the little 4x4 canvas, and it would include a little thing of paints, because I assume this would probably attract a lot of children and, would probably need to have paint for that. In my $10 to $15 section, which after starting to work on part of this, I will have to maybe consider, unless they're a little bit more simplified. We'll see. But I want to do repurposed like nightlights and repurposed potion bottles. I have a whole cabinet in my kitchen right now that is literally just full of glass bottles that I have been saving. So if we got a tomato sauce can for pasta or something like that, the glass, it happened to be glass, I would save that. I have tons of them saved. I feel like it's not unrelatable for people to have things like that, but I will be using those to have a repurposed line of potions and night lights. This is one that I've already been working on. This is used from an old pesto bottle. I had actually asked people on my personal profile for Facebook, and they had pretty much agreed with my partner that it should be a potion bottle because it's pesto and it sounds like presto. There's another reason why I kind of put like these type of leaves on here, because even though they also technically do fall in line with the theme because it looks like bark on the bottom, they still kind of look like basil leaves to me too. I thought that worked out pretty nice. That is one of the first things that I've been doing. It had taken me a long time to do it, and I'm wondering if maybe I'm just making them a little bit too intricate. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that is an example of how I'm doing it. I eventually want to progress from this into making advanced potion bottles and advanced nightlights. I've already kind of done a nightlight before. I've showed it on my page of one of my original characters, like the little fairy sprite. It glows. I also want to make the potion bottles self-spin, which I have to work out logistics for both things. I am slowly working on that, but as I would like to be. I'm working on that. My worry stones are still going to be at $20. I am thinking about revamping the pet carrier for them, only because I feel like, for one, it doesn't necessarily fit my brand. They are super cute. I feel like I could come up with a better pet carrier that would fit my brand just a little bit better. I'm going to be working on that. I'm also going to be trying to work on more limited edition ones for each month. We'll see how that goes. For 30 and up, I want to actually also work on figurines of Fable and his friends, which would also include the sprite, which they may cross over a little bit with the nightlights. I haven't decided. I also thought about doing mimics, because when I was at Fairy Fest, I had a little mimic. I'll try to see if I can't find a video to show you guys what the mimic looked like. He got a lot of attention from people. A lot of people really enjoyed the mimic. I'm thinking about making those as well, because I really love making them. Honestly, it was really fun. My partner really enjoyed it. It was his idea to take the mimic to use as my cash box. It worked really well. It was a great conversational point. I also will be working on jewelry still. My dad and my bonus mom had talked a lot about me still doing jewelry. They really like the jewelry that I do. I actually gifted my stepmom some of the jewelry that I had made before for a Mother's Day gift, because I hadn't seen her in a long time. I didn't mail her anything because she lives about 30 minutes away. I will be looking into different types of jewelry that I want to do. They will also obviously be at different costs, so they might be just kind of like in their own different section, because depending on what kind of jewelry I do, just all depends on what the cost will be. I have some that are a little bit more intricate, some that incorporate genuine crystals. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, my next event that I have coming up is Family Fun Day. That is through the nonprofit that I volunteer with. I will be a vendor there. I will not be volunteering there at that time, but I will be a vendor there. I'm very excited. They're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff. They're gonna have like a petting zoo. They'll have a small petting zoo. They'll have also bouncy houses. I believe they'll be having some games and everything like that. I'm really excited, which is also something else that I have been really considering to do at my events that I go to. I think the reason why I'm thinking about this is just so that I can get more people to come to my table and stuff like that. I keep saying stuff like that. I don't know why I say that. Stuff like that. It is definitely a filler word. I want to create maybe a few different games that I can take with me to play. I think that will drive more traffic to my table. I have noticed that with a lot of different events, the events that always seem to do best is the ones that have something else already going on. I've speculated over the first 2 events that I had done this year, why I did well at one and didn't do well at the other. There's so many things that could impact why I did well at one and why I did well at another one. I think for one that, like I have mentioned in my last video, the first one that I had done was definitely more my target audience. I also think because there was something else going on at the same time. It was in an axe throwing place. More people are already going to be there in general because they're trying to find something to do. I feel like a lot of events that have something else going on, like the petting zoo type of thing. Fairy Fest had so much going on. They had art contests, they had the dancing witches, they had all of the roaming unicorns and stuff. So I feel like those are the type of ones that I kind of want to do. I also am still doing virtual ones because that one does really hit my target audience right off the bat. I love that. I'm very excited about the direction I'm going. I just feel like sometimes I get a little overstimulated. It is, what is the word? It is executive dysfunction. That is pretty much the best way. I get overstimulated and I just sit and don't realize that 5 hours has passed since I have done anything. Once I get into like a role of doing things, once I get into it, I'm fine. I've noticed this with my social anxiety too, because I do have some social anxiety, that once I am at the place where I'm at, I am usually generally fine. It is just getting over the hump of getting from point A to point B. I'm working on it. It is progress, regardless, either way. I just wanted to give you guys an update, so if anybody decides to watch and keep up, come on this journey with me. If you guys are also like polymer clay artists or artists in general, you guys want to, be friends, be buddies, be able to collaborate in a way where we're pitching ideas off of each other. I really love the sense of community that artists give me. I am not a person that gatekeeps. I may have a few of my own little secrets, like nothing major. I feel like there's just enough business for everybody out there. I really like to see other people succeed. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.